Welcome. In this video, we're going to take a look at Board Game Arena, which is an online gaming website. We're going to do that because I'm going to start a new series of videos in which I'm going to play all the games on Board Game Arena to teach you the rules and also just to show the interface so you can play them here if you'd like to as well. Board Game Arena is my favorite online gaming website, so I do strongly suggest you check it out if you have not done so. It's boardgamearena.com, all one word, nothing special there. And you can see down here there's 97 board games currently available. They're adding new ones all the time, and here's a comprehensive list of all the games on the website. There's also some popular ones shown here. If any of those look interesting to you, you can certainly check them out. If you don't have an account, you're just going to click Start Playing Now, and all you need is an email address to start one, or you can do it by Facebook or Google+, but it's totally free. You never have to spend a penny on this website if you don't want to. It's also available in a whole bunch of different languages, so you can always pick what makes you most comfortable there, and we can talk about profile settings in a moment. I do have an account, so I would just log in. You can log in on this page down here or up here at any time. So as I enter my information here, we're going to go over the different aspects of the website and show you how to get games going here. But we aren't actually going to play any games in this video. So once you're connected, you'll be taken to a page with some updated news and some other information there. So if you want to see your profile, you can always go up to your name in the corner, and then you can just click See Your Profile. It's going to have all your information. You can always edit your About information here. And then your Reputation is actually a new system that was introduced very recently. It's called Karma, and it's from a 0 to 100 scale, and it just rewards you for finishing games in time and being liked by other players, and it penalizes you for leaving games early and getting negative feedback. You can also see here how many games you've quit in the last 60 days and how many you timed out on. I actually did time out on one there, and it gives some more information as well. You can also see your recent accomplishments, and that's in this tab here. And then over here you can see your ELO rankings and your prestige, as they call it in each of the different games. When you first begin and you first make an account, it's going to be a beginner account. And with a beginner account, you can see all the information, all your ELOs. Once that beginner account expires and you do not become a Board Game Club member, which we'll talk about in a second, you will not be able to see any of your rankings except for games where you are not ranked or ranked in the top 8 players. So we can see my ELO in Dragonheart because I'm in the top 8. We can also see it in Hanabi because that's a cooperative game, so it's not ranked on this website. But because I'm not a Board Game Club Arena member now, I might be shortly, so I can show you that in other videos, I cannot see my Stone Age or Can't Stop rankings. And they're just covered like this. But to become a member, and you never have to become a member to use this site, but to become one, you'll just click on this tab up here, and you can see this is the cost of different length memberships. You get to see your ELO all the time. Also, you get access to other statistics, and you can create any game on the website. Just to be clear, you can join any game no matter if you're a club member or not. For instance, but I can't create a Lost Cities table right now because I'm not a club member. But if somebody else made one, I could join it. So back here you can see a more complete list of all the games you've ever played with the scores. And if you click on a particular game, if you want to, you can even replay it, which is just to rewatch the game at the speed of your choosing from any player's perspective. So I could even see what the other players saw during the game if I'd like to do. So I could propose a rematch or create a new table with this game. We'll get to creating new tables shortly, but that's all the information you can do here. If you click on somebody, you'll see that you can see their profile just like you could see yours, and you could add them to your friends if you wanted to at any time, and that's just gives you some information about players that are online here in the friend tab. You can also join groups in much the same way. If one of your friends gets online when you're playing, you'll see over here that they've gotten online, so maybe you can contact them to play things with them during the game. The next thing I want to cover is preferences, which are just right here under your profile. So you go into your preferences, you can do a lot of different things, like you can identify what your favorite color is to be that during games, and then alternatives, of course, time zones and things like that. The About and the Avatar are relatively self-explanatory. You can certainly upload one, like my little Game Fondue symbol here. Adjust your languages, but the most important one to me is sound, and that's because I don't like to hear a lot of sounds during the game, so I turn them off. But you can adjust those as you like, and then account options or changing your passwords and things like that. So real quick, we're going to go over the tabs along the top, and then we're going to show you how to create new tables for games, which is probably the most important part of the website. But in the news section, you're going to see all the big news. Right now, there's a contest. If you're able to win the contest, you're going to get a lot of free giveaways. So that's nice. There's always a lot of news here. It's made really easy to see. Community is going to be news specific to your achievements and the achievements of your friends and group mates. I don't really have any friends or group mates right now, so there's not a lot of action here. In the Games tab, you can see all the games on the website, and they're grouped by different criteria, complexity, duration, etc. So if we just click all games here, we can see a list of everything out here on the website. And then if we click on one of these games, so we'll just click in the Year of the Dragon here, we can see a lot more information about that game. You can see how to play, so you can get advisement of different things from videos. Also, you can see the game in action at this particular time, which is always really nice. Ooh, this one is actually my video, so if you want to check out that'd be great. Certainly don't have to, but that's a good run through of how to play in the Year of the Dragon. So you can also see the rankings, and this shows the ELO of this game. So we can see Synergies in first place in the Year of the Dragon rankings with the 2009 ELO. You can keep going here as much as we'd like to. Then there's also all the trophies you can win in the game. They're listed here, and you can see who has those as well. There's 67 games in progress you could take a look at, and you can even see the latest results if you want to. And most importantly, you can create a new table with this game. We're going to get to that in a second. The competition tab is just a more elaborate page where you can see the ratings for all the different games, and it's taking a little bit of time to load because there's a lot of games now. And as I said, they're always adding more. So for instance, if I wanted to see the rankings and seasons, I could just click here and I could see a more complete list of those as well. And then lastly is the forums, and that always opens in another tab, which is nice. And this is where you can see all the announcements from the admins as well as participate in discussions with other members. Important part here is the bugs and suggestions tabs, where if you experience a bug during the game, certainly report it, and you can make suggestions about the website. And they do a really good job of looking at those things and making adjustments here. This is a very active website, and it's done a tremendous job. So here's the most important tab of all, of course, is the Play Now. So the first thing you're going to see in Play Now is a list of all the tables that are open, and you can certainly join them. The top part will be the games in your I Want to Play Now. So I have Dragonheart and Stone Age. You'll see Dragonheart and Stone Age games up here. But down here, anything else that I could certainly join. There's also Play in Real Time and Play Turn-Based. There's no difference between that except that turn-based games typically have a much bigger time limit. You could certainly play turn-based in real time if you want to do so, but that's probably not something people are going to do too often. However, then you're going to see your games here. We already mentioned that you want to play. If you want to add to those games, you could just go down here. You could type the name of a game, or you could click it, and it'll be added to your group. And then if you don't want to play that particular game anymore, you can just X out of it, so it will no longer be here and won't show those games to you anymore. Also, when you have a game in your Want to Play Now section, you can click the green arrow next to it, and that's going to create a new table with that game. We're actually going to go back to Play Now and create one with Stone Age, because I want to show you how to adjust player counts, and Dragonheart's strictly a two-player game. So when you create a new table, you have a few things you can adjust versus the speed, real time, different speeds there, turn-based and things like that. ELO, you can turn that on and off. A lot of games actually have variants. Stone Age doesn't have rule variants, so there's none here, but some games will have variants, and you can adjust those here. And then audio and visual options as well. And then presentation, this is certainly optional, but you could write a message to the world. So I'll just say hello world with an exclamation point, and we'll hit OK. Over here, there's some additional settings you can do. First is you can change the player count. So maybe I want a 4-player game of Stone Age, but maybe I don't. Maybe I just want a 2-player, so I can go back down to 2, like so. You can also invite one of your friends. I have a friend, his name is Carl M. So if he was online, for instance, I could save a spot for him here by inviting him. Nobody else could take a seat at the table if I invited him. And then up here, you can restrict the table access further by ELO level, which is beginner, average, good player, experts, and masters. Beginners are anybody that hasn't won the game yet or is relatively new to the game, hasn't played it a lot. Good players are anybody with 1,600 and above ELO. Experts are 1,800 and above, and masters are 2,000 and above. And then average level is just everybody else. You can also restrict the game by reputation. New players start at 75, so it's generally a nice thing to not restrict new players, but you can certainly do whatever you'd like to do, especially as you get more experience in the games. We're going to set it here to 75% or greater for the reputation. You can also further restrict, or just restrict by your friends and yourself only, and then people from different groups that you're members of too. We're not going to do that at this time. There's a lot of settings here, but whenever you make a table, Board Game Arena remembers. You don't have to keep doing it the same way every time. From there, we can open the table to other players, and it's also going to show you all the other players that have this game and they want to play right now. And you can suggest them to join the table if you want to do so, but you can see all the people that just have it in their want to play right now section. So with that, we're going to get ready to start the game. When somebody joins, we'll push start game here and we'll get underway. Thank you for watching, and we'll go through each of the other games and all of their variants in the videos to follow, so please check those out as the games interest you. Thanks for watching, and please remember to subscribe and like.